Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Bosses on Breakfast. Let me know who's all joining and where you're joining from and what you're drinking this morning. How's it all going this week? Okay. Oopsie. Why is this showing up so much? Okay. This way. All right. Oh, no, that's not right. Okay, well, this is the way it's going to be, everybody. Okay, I have to have it further away from me. I got it now. Okay, good morning. Hey, everybody. Brought to you by FabFitFun. I like it, Sarah. Hi, Tina. Black coffee. Same. I'm drinking black coffee, too. Hi, Emily from Knoxville, Tennessee. Mahalo coffee. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Hi, Leanna. Good morning. Hi, Diana, Florida. Coffee and more coffee, of course. Charlene says, good morning. Hello, good morning. Athena's Mississippi sipping coffee. Good. Everybody's drinking their coffee, which is awesome. Ooh, Marion says, coffee with Mexican chocolate. That sounds delicious. Jen, hey, Jen. Drinking peppermint mocha. Ooh, that sounds good. Hi, Jody. Good morning. Good morning, Tracy. Rainy here in Englewood, Florida. Ooh, rainy. It's sunny and beautiful here in Iowa, which I am more than happy to say that because usually I don't get to brag about the sunny, beautiful weather in Iowa. And so it's definitely sunny today, and it's 50, I think, which is super exciting. Morning, Andrea from Nebraska, always with a coffee. Yes. Andrea, what's the weather like there too? Because you guys are basically the same weather as us, right? Janet in Canada. Hi, Janet. Drinking water on a cleanse. Oh, yes. Good luck with that. But that's great. I definitely need to do a cleanse, but probably not while I'm in quarantine. I feel like I need my coffee and the other things. Hi, Tina. Sunny and windy in Buffalo, New Jersey. Is that New Jersey? No, Tina, where are you? I didn't think you were in New Jersey.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Happy Bosses and Breakfast.
I know. Sorry I'm late. My husband made me breakfast, and I was like, breakfast before Bosses and Breakfast. I don't know.
Right. And my mother-in-law's with us, and I got sticky rice and these pork things for breakfast. I was like, this is the life, let me tell you. Getting that first thing in the morning.
Do you feel like moving in? I'm living with my in-laws. You might as well too.
Right. And right now she's feeding the kids, which she made them this one rice porridge, which is so similar. It's like the Taidam version of what you had when you were here, which is the Filipino version.
Makes me want to drive back through Iowa.
The kids get that for breakfast right now. And I was like, wow, we are living life right now. Let me tell you.
So this is what it would be like if I had someone who lived in our house, took care of my children, made us food.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, the life. No. Hey, everyone. So for those of you who are like, what are these ladies talking about? I drove across the country. So we are traveling all sorts of places. And currently right now we're with my in-laws. And then Mina has her in-laws staying with her. So, we used to think maybe it wasn't I used to be like, worst case scenario, I'm moving with my in-laws. And now it's best case scenario.
Yeah, my father-in-law's gone, so she's here with us. Why is this audio not working on here? But she always because she knows that we're busy with little labels, and she always wants to do the labels because she works in a factory, and she's like, oh, I could do the labels for you.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, Mom, how about instead you just cook me food every day? I don't know.
What'd she say? Would she rather do that or do the labels?
She'd rather do the labels, sounds like, or she doesn't feel like the labels are she feels like the labels are real work, and cooking and stuff is not real work. I'll just do that anyways.
Yeah.
It's not as valuable. And I'm like, no, you crazy nut.
All right. Are you ready for Instagram? Are you set up?
Yeah.
I
Except for
see your adorable
this
phone.
video is not working. Okay, hold on.
Are we going live on Instagram? Yes, we are going live on Instagram. We're always
Mhm.
just slightly delayed on Instagram because we chit
Yeah.
chat here and then, we're just not
Uh-huh.
prompt. But yes, we will be there. Good morning, Tina and Claire and Ariel and Jennifer and Adriana and Linda, Janet. Good morning. Good
Hey,
morning.
can you hear this?
Nope.
Why? Why?
Is it plugged into the back of your mic?
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah, the blue light's on.
I don't know why it's like not picking the audio. How do you change audio in StreamYard?
Go to Cam Mic, the little.
Oh, the cam mic. I was going to the wrong thing. Duh. I was going to mute button. Okay, here it is.
Zoom.
Okay, I'm ready.
I can hear you.
Yay! Did it. Okay, now I can hear
You're
you in my
so filtered
headphones.
through your pop filter.
I know. And I was listening to clips of Bosses and Breakfast from the other time that Sarah gave me. I was like, man, I need to be warming my voice before I get onto Bosses and Breakfast.
All right, you ready for Instagram? Can I go over there?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Don't leave me hanging too long, okay?
Yes, you're fine. You'll be okay.
And everyone watches me switch over. I'm like, hi guys. Welcome. All right, let me do this. Hey, everybody. It is Wednesday morning and it is another Bosses and Breakfast. Welcome, welcome. So, as you all start to join us, say hello. If you're watching later on IGTV, leave a comment below. And if you could ever catch us live, we go live every Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. So, we are here hanging out, chatting business, chatting life, all the things. So good morning. Hey, Wild Clementine Pets. And to my friends over here on Facebook, I was like, I'm going to go live. And I wait there for so long for her to join. And she's like, you'll be fine. I was like, only had a sip of coffee, guys. Only a sip. Are you trying to join?
Can you hear me? It won't prompt me to join. Hello, can you hear me?
You know what? I wonder
It
if
won't prompt me to hit the join button.
Instagram looks different on live.
Yeah, I don't know.
How do you bring people live with you? Are they doing weird things again?
Can I join?
I don't know.
Why, Mark
to join.
Zuckerberg?
Okay, so this is new. This is the live rooms. We got it. Oh, Mina.
Can you pull me on there? Can you hear me? Okay. Oh, you can't request to join anymore. Oh, wow. Hello. Good morning.
Mina Kunlo CTAP, you need to go upgrade your app to join.
Heidi's like, yes, we can hear you.
Mina, can you hear me? Your earbuds. Did you flip?
Oh, good grief. Okay. Sorry. Yes, I can hear you. Yes, okay.
Sarah, am I delayed?
Okay, let me put this earbud back on.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Okay, here we go. Sorry, guys.
Hold on. Mina, you have to upgrade the app.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay. Oh, I forgot I was still live on Instagram. Hey, Instagram.
Okay, where do I go to update apps? Okay,
go to the App Store. So anyone that's joining us on Instagram, anyone over here, go ahead and upgrade your Instagram because this week they're rolling out Instagram rooms and it's going to be I think they're trying to. Yes, this is what it's like for our kids in Zoom school. You are correct, Jennifer.
100%.
Don't distract me, Nat. Keep downloading.
I am. I'm downloading still.
So, here is a camera request. Okay. All right. So now it says go live in a room so anyone can see the live video. So for example,
I'm back on.
Geeky Beater wanted to go live with me. So it's a little camera icon now at the bottom. But you all have to upgrade your apps. And I'm curious if we can get 3 people on. I think we can get up to 4 people now live with us. I know your mind is blown. She still can't hear me. Can you hear me?
Oh, let's try it. Let's try it with somebody we know. But hey, can you hear me? Okay. No, you can't hear me.
I feel like I'm talking to my grandma.
No, same girl, same. Look, the camera looks different.
Hey, Brooke.
Brooke is here. Let's see if
Be
she
happy.
can.
Can we bring you on? She's like, I'm in my pajamas in my RV, but sure.
Or Markia's there too, right? So,
Okay, so
somebody that
somebody
we
over,
know, let's try it.
yeah,
We don't know for sure if it'll work.
someone on Instagram. Can you guys request to be with us? Or let's do Geeky Bear. She asked. Let's just try it. I'm adding a third person Facebook.
Would
On
this not be so crazy? It works.
She's like, were you planning on having us bring you live?
Oh my goodness, it worked. This is amazing. Try a fourth person so we can make the
Well,
pain.
first we need Geeky Bear to look at us.
Hey, Jen is on here. Kadora's on both. Hi, good morning. Hi.
Did you request to be on with us?
Okay. Well, we were testing out a new feature, so welcome.
It's okay. Good morning. Thank you for answering. We'll hang. I will try. I'll try. I actually have no idea. You might have to hang up on us.
Yeah. Okay. So everybody, alert.
There.
Alert.
This is when you watch Jacqueline and Mina discover Instagram apps.
Yeah, I didn't even have mine updated. Breaking news. Go ahead and change this banner, Sarah. Breaking news. I'm kidding. Breaking news is that there are rooms on Instagram that now you can pull in more than 2 people. It looks like possibly 4, which is crazy.
If Geeky Bear is still watching, DM us. I'm going to send you a coffee to make up for bringing you on. I've met some of my best.
I don't know what's happening right now.
I know. I've met some of my best product boss friends this way. Where like on accident we've brought them on, and then we're BFFs for life. But Sarah, it's Geeky Bear, so let's send her a Starbucks gift card.
I wonder if it's going to be like a Zoom room, which would actually take up more panels. Like it could be unlimited potentially.
I think she said that was awful. Sorry.
No, it was great. You looked great. It was fine.
Yeah, it was so nice to meet you. So product boss is announcing live that rooms work. You just have to update your apps.
Yeah.
All right. So that's exciting. So that'll be really cool that maybe we'll start to build in some IGs where we bring people in on Instagram. It'll be harder here on Facebook, but new app. So what's really cool about all of you is like a lot of you could even do like, let's say you're ever doing a giveaway or something like that. The 4 of you can go live because it'll actually show on all 4 people's accounts, right? So you can do that. So Heidi wants to know, how do you use rooms? I don't know, Heidi, we're figuring it out live on this call.
You saw it. Looked really easy.
Okay, so this is what I think. Update your app. That's number 1. Go live. And now the ability to have, can you request to go, did you request to go live or I had to put, I think you can request to go live.
I requested to join. Yeah.
Okay. So then what you do is you update the app, you'll be able to see it. Then there's like a new little camera button at the bottom. People can still request only if they're live or only if they've updated. I tried to bring Mina in, but she had to update her app. And then you pull them up. And then what we did is Geeky Bear had on accident requested to go live. And so we clicked on her and she was a third panel.
Yes. So in a really fun way, if we ever brought people on, because this has always been an ability that we could do on StreamYard. That's how we do female founders, is we could do StreamYard and a product boss could come on with us. We could do like, let's say, a third person. And then it was really hard to do on Instagram because we couldn't have that third person, whereas now we can. Looks like potentially more, even because for StreamYard we can have more. But think about that, right? Like even if you're doing a live launch and you're pitching your product, you could go potentially, if you have which you should have a Facebook fan page at least, even if you don't have a Facebook group, you go to StreamYard, you'd be streaming to multiple places, whether it's your group or your page. Now, you don't need StreamYard if there's not more than one person. You would just go live wherever. And then you could go live on or Instagram with, like Jacqueline said, with the other people in the either the live launch or the giveaway. And you could be literally like us doing Bosses and Breakfast, right?
And we actually had a whole bunch more people watching us this morning on Instagram, probably because a bunch of you over here on Facebook wanted to go see what was crazy happening over there.
Yeah. We're at the Product Boss, by the way. So that was fun. It's fun doing the new features. By the way, did you notice something? And it might be because I didn't update my app.
What did I not notice or notice?
The small biz sticker is gone.
Oh, what
I
the
know.
heck? Mark Zuckerberg?
I know.
We've been
And I'm
Zuckerberged.
we've been Zuckerberged for real. Ugh. So I don't know if that's
Did
the
you
case.
get that from somewhere? Because you've started using it a lot and I kind of love it.
No, I literally have just been thinking about like Mark Zuckerberg, and I was like, oh, Zuckerberg, And then so now that I did like it myself, so I have been using it a lot because he always comes up in conversation, like,
Yeah.
oh, algorithms,
Maybe, you know what might be fun, actually, friends? What we're going to do is let's do like maybe a shorter Bosses and Breakfast on Facebook today, and then have you all jump over to Instagram, and maybe we can do like a quick little like bring people on with us. Does that sound good?
Sure, that sounds
It's
good.
like,
Except for we do have a lot of people on Facebook, and it's sometimes a little
no,
bit
no, no,
easier.
I know, but I'm just saying like maybe we go like a little bit shorter and then try the
Okay,
function out while people are on.
okay, okay.
What do I have to do at 9 a.m.? Put my husband on tape for an audition. So
Hmm.
it's
9 a.m. So what time is that?
at the
11
top of
a.m.
the hour. I mean,
Oh,
I have an hour and a half to do it at our
okay.
break.
Uh-huh.
But he's been getting a ton of auditions and they're called, he has to put himself on tape. So he has to record himself and I have to be the reader. I am not an actor. My voice is, it's the worst. I'm like, you don't get these auditions because you've got my voice behind tape being like, well, how was your day, honey? Then he's like trying to act against me. So, anyways,
Yeah.
that's what I'll do later. Okay. So let's chat all things product boss. So just to tell all of you, this episode, this Bosses and Breakfast is brought to you by FabFitFun. We are FabFitFun partners.
Mhm.
And we were FabFitFun members for the last 5 years. Like always
Yeah.
like, what'd you get in your box? What'd you get in your box?
Um, Me
I
and my
didn't
sisters, we would actually unbox to each other.
And my sister's the first one who sent me that like you could send people like an
$5
initial.
box. Yeah,
Mhm.
the starter
So
box.
I started a long time ago with that. And so then they asked us to be partners with them. And we were like, yes, because we're already
Mhm.
giving you all of our money. No, it's a super like it's an awesome gift for yourself and it's not expensive at all. And
Mhm.
so I did my unboxing on an IGTV. I had to break it up into two parts. Another Instagram tip. If you go live for like 30, 40 minutes, you can automatically post, from your live as an IGTV. Well, I was trying to get a cover image and I went downstairs for my husband to take a picture of me so it could be the cover
Uh-huh.
image. And the IGTV went away, but I had downloaded it prior to. So then if you have let's call it a 40-minute IGTV, and you're on your app, you can only download, I think it's 15 minutes at a time. If you do it to the desktop, you can do up to an hour, I think. So I had to split it into two 15-minute sections. Another tip is the one that's performing better is my second one. And my second one is has subtitles on top of the cover. So it's really interesting as we play with the algorithm and the watches and stuff like that. So that's just like a little IGTV Instagram tip. But go ahead and watch those IGTVs. Our code is Product Boss. You get $10 off your first box. Treat yourself. You can get the spring box like Mina and I. We're going to do another unboxing where we share
Mhm.
what we don't even know what each other got. And so that'll be really fun. And then if you guys
Yeah.
get the box, you can share with us what you got and we can all
Yeah.
be FabFitFun besties.
Yes. And another tip, because I know a lot of you send out packages to unbox. So when we became partners, before we were subscribers, right? We would get the box, it would arrive on the doorstep. But now that we're actual partners with them, they actually send us a big box, which is a box in a box. So it comes in pristine condition. And that's because like it gets roughed up in the mail. So as we're unboxing, they want it to look really beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
So if you have influencers or ambassadors or partners that are your unboxers, consider putting a box in a box so that their unboxing is really like out of a pristine box and not a scuffed up one from having been through the mail.
Yeah, totally. Yes. And then South Mountain Bees asked us, do you ever purchase products from the box after you got them in the box? I
Yeah, you can
do.
do add-ons. Yeah, too.
Well, like let's say you discover a new product. Yeah,
Oh
100%.
yeah.
Mhm.
I really love one of the ones that is my absolute favorite is Grown Alchemy. I discovered them
Mhm.
through
Same.
through FabFitFun. And then
Yeah.
I have like since we've been members for so long, like I have the big dry brush, and now I have the small one because they tend to do similar things. So it's like you're
Mhm.
getting like a whole family of branded stuff. It's really cool.
I'm looking around because I have all this stuff. So you guys saw this in the unboxing. Now I have my beach waves today, but I actually got this as part of the box. One
No
of my curling.
way.
Yeah, like a few boxes ago, this was in it, and
Uh-huh.
so I was showing you guys in the video like how I'll curl my hair.
Mhm.
Um, so like you'll get products like this, right? Where you're like, oh, maybe I need a new curling iron, and you don't get it, and then all of a sudden it shows up in your box. You get to select it. I'm trying to see what else I have in here.
Yeah. I have a favorite
Okay.
product here too.
And I'll show you guys this too. This is my it's the same
Not
color.
in the spring one.
Okay.
That's not in the spring one, right? Is
No,
it?
this was an add-on, and I show you guys this too. It's my microdermabrasion. So it kind of like, or no, it's called Dermaflash, and you can take off the top layer of your skin. So, without the
Oh.
spa. So really cool products in FabFitFun. So you guys, it's such a, well, we're not supposed to say it's a value. As ambassadors, there's certain things we're not supposed to say.
Well, you
We were
get
told
full size stuff.
you get full size
Check
stuff.
out this thing. Is this not the cutest bag you've ever seen?
So
So
cute.
this is a picnic bag. And so then it's like
I think it was in
thermal.
the summer box last year. I think I
Yeah,
remember
it was
that.
in the summer box. And I love it because sometimes I'll put my makeup in there
So smart.
instead of food. Or
Diana
I'll
says
put drinks.
Diana says she quit FabFitFun because she spent too much on the add-ons. I know, Diana,
Yeah.
because you guys, just as product entrepreneurs, they're so ahead of the game with technology for e-commerce shopping in a way. I think that it might be worth it for all of you to sign up for a box, use the code Product Boss, so then it's $10 off. So it's only like a $30 R&D, research and development investment. Don't tell FabFitFun about this section in here.
Right? Because then you get to see the best packaging and stuff.
You get to see packaging, you get to see products, you get to see how they put like little cards and stuff in it. But the reason I'm going to say it is actually the Glam Ambassadors. We're talking about the FabFitFun box. So if you go to fabfitfun.com and you use the code Product Boss, you get $10 off your first box. So the thing is like the add-ons, which is what Diana was talking about. What they tell you is like, you get to select what's in your box if you're a member, and then then they tell you add-ons have just been released. And then you get to go look at the add-ons. They send you this email, and all you have to do, I literally always just bring it up on my phone. You just have to add to cart. You do nothing else. And they're like, and if it's in your cart, on Tuesday at midnight, you'll just be charged. No worries. And it'll get shipped to you with your box. It is the easiest checkout process. And
do not even go through checkout. It literally is just adding it to your box.
You just like, oh yeah, I like that. It's like as if you went to Target and put everything in your cart and then just walked out, but they somehow knew how to charge you
and sent it to you conveniently. It's incredible.
Yeah.
So was there other stuff that we needed to talk about? Because I could talk about Instagram forever, which I do have a few things that,
Okay, so that's just FabFitFun. We want to tell you we're going to be doing some other unboxings. And then let me go back to the chat. So, we have a podcast review winner.
Hold on. Let me grab what they won.
Okay. Tartan chickadees and my bill would be huge. Listen, there's some things in there that are just you know what I wait for these add-ons, because they're always discounted prices, the eye creams, or like there's certain like face products that you're going to pay full price for, and so that's when I get my like super expensive face creams and face products on the add-ons. And they also have sales. So then they'll do a sale and it's the exact same thing. That's actually what I do. Sorry. Some of the sales that come up, I'll add the sale stuff.
What is this a FabFitFun talk still going
Someone's
on?
talking about it and we're waiting for you. I love it. I miss shopping, Mina.
I know. It is great. It's great. And it's fun to see what other people get too, because you can customize it so much. But okay. The Products Boss podcast review winner is going to get a candle from Elijah Rising. This is an organization that we've supported since we met them at Dallas Market over a year ago. It is basically they teach women who have survived sex trafficking how to create goods that they ship, they make them, they ship them, and they learn how to do like business skills, right? And so it's called, their theme is like goods that empower. So they empower them after they've survived sex trafficking. And so their signature scent is called cactus flower, right?
So good.
Because yeah, it is so good. And so we got a whole bunch of them from when we saw them. And that is one of the organizations we fully believe in because of the skill building, the helping the women, empowering them, all the things. And so that will be our giveaway for the Product Boss reviews. Okay. So who is the winner?
Okay, and Viro Marketplace said that she's actually going to be buying from Elijah Rising for her store. So thank you for doing that, and let
Oh,
Sam know
amazing.
who's in charge of wholesale. If you found out about them through us, because such an amazing business. So,
Mhm.
okay, so the winner. So what we ask you all to do is every week we're going to do a giveaway, and so if you leave a podcast review, a positive podcast review, wherever you listen to your podcast, Apple Podcasts is amazing. So just take someone else's phone or iPad and do it on there. You leave a positive podcast review, you screen grab it, you put it into our Facebook community group with the hashtag podcast review. And once a week, we're going to pick somebody to win and win something special. And we're really excited about that. I just need to take someone off of here. Hold on one sec.
Mm-hmm. I tried to do on my end.
Okay, got it. Okay. Instagram's got some things happening. Okay. So so the winner this week is Natalie Jurado, and her review was, these ladies are seriously inspiring and their advice is essential for scaling your business. Since listening, I've implemented so many of their ideas into my business and seen real results. They give you real actionable advice that moves the needle fast. Just a bit of advice, keep a notepad handy to take notes. You won't want to miss a thing. Thank you, Natalie. That was
Yay!
amazing.
Thank
We
you.
love it.
What a great compliment. Thank you so much. And you'll be receiving a cactus flower candle from Elijah Rising. So look for that in the mail.
Yeah. And so when you all leave, reviews, what that does is it kind of says to everybody else, hey, this is a place for you, right? When you read a review, you go, oh, okay, well, I like this podcast? Okay, they say they talk about product, but they're too, is this where I want to be? So your reviews help welcome them in, right? It
Mhm.
helps bring our friends into the community to continue to support as many product-based business owners as we possibly can. So thank you for leaving that review. We'll be doing another giveaway next week. So make sure to leave a review. If you have already done so, you can try and leave another one with a different device, or screen grab your past one and share it, and you will be entered to win.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, oh, cool. Yeah. Enviro Marketplace already buys Elijah Rising, and she's burning one of the candles in the
Yay.
store. So that's
Awesome.
awesome. Okay. Where did you want to take this?
Oh, I was
I felt
just
like you
thinking
were
about
chomping at the bit.
algorithms. No, no,
Okay.
no, no. I wasn't sure. No, no, no. I have nothing to say aside from, since we were talking about tips. Um, if you noticed,
Mm.
one of the reels was deleted. My coffee reel was deleted, but
2
now
reels.
it's 2 reels. Yeah. Well, this one was for real deleted. The other one was just archived
For
and
real, real.
mhm. Yeah, for real deleted. And it was my coffee one, which is like my pride and joy, I feel like.
I watch it at night before I go to sleep. I love it so much. Just
Yeah,
kidding. But I
it
do love
was
it.
it was one of those that I thought was a really big gem. Like, I was like, "Oh, I actually put up my hair," which I rarely will put up my hair. I got my glasses. Those were my real glasses I had to get
You
out of the
put on
car.
lipstick.
Yeah, I put on lipstick and I was like, "This is so good." And I felt like I was getting into character, and it was really good, and then I was excited, and it came out of the gate doing really well. And then Jacqueline, my biggest hype girl, when she saw it, she was like, "You are amazing. I'm married to 2 actors." And I just felt like so good. And then it got deleted last night, kind of with some mixed messaging, with miscommunication with the team. And so I decided to post it this morning. Okay. So cut to now. So I decided to post it this morning again because I was like, you know what? That was a lot of hard work, I felt like. And I always tell people it's not permanent anyways, but you can always bring something back, right? It will start from ground zero in a way. So this time I've learned a couple things since I posted that original reels. So
And
one
that
of the,
reel was performing
Mhm.
really well for us. So I think
Yeah,
we usually get over 10,000 views, but I think that had like 14,000. It was definitely picking up
right.
steam, right?
Yeah, it was doing really well. It had a lot of comments and a lot of hearts. But I've noticed, like on the post side, that when somebody likes or comments, it doesn't have as much weight. But on the real side, it does because it's a new feature. So I've noticed that the people that have like millions of views, sometimes thousands of views, in their caption, they put double tap if blah, blah, blah. Double tap if you agree. Double tap if blah, blah, blah. So today, when I decide to repost, I put double tap if you love coffee too, or something, or if coffee makes you happy, because it goes with that. Also, I included more hashtags. So I included like morning routine, Britney Spears, and she's the, woman of the moment a little bit. And, because the audio is from Britney Spears and her Barbara Walters interview. And
Mhm.
then what else did I use? A whole bunch of coffee lover and mug hashtags. And so now it's gained its traction back. I would not say to try to delete your stuff and to bring it back, but I would say that use what you've learned from the time, that if you are going to bring it back, to do it in a better way. So this time I just created a caption that would make them like it. And I also used more hashtags. And then, like Jacqueline said, when she told me to repost it, I actually wasn't sure if I was going to. She was like, you never know, it might get new eyes.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think it
So,
has, because there's people
mm,
commenting like they've never seen it before, even though it was up on our, for probably about a week. It was up there, right?
yeah. Yep.
So, and Mina and I hosted a clubhouse yesterday about Instagram, with a really amazing panel of moderators, including Stacey Toshel. And a lot of the conversations were about reels and Instagram and the algorithm and all that.
Mhm.
And when we were talking through it and kind of speaking to some people and answering their questions on there, they were asking like, what time should you post a reel? What
What
should
should
the
my cover
cover?
image be? Yeah.
Yeah, these questions. And we were like, each one of us have different viewers and different algorithms, right? Different things are happening. Our audiences are used to different things. So what the only thing that we could recommend to all of you, and what you can see, I talked about it earlier about Instagram, right? Or the IGTVs. I did 2 IGTVs. I'm wearing identical clothes in the same position, except I'm pointing in one. And the one I'm pointing in, I also have text on top as my cover. The other one, I'm smiling with the FabFitFun box, and there's no text. The one with the
Mhm.
text has like 400 more views than the one that
Yeah.
doesn't. Mina has now reposted the same reel that we knew was like doing really well with our audience. And she's now also taken a look and said, okay, the double tap, let's see if that increases the engagement, like gets the views going, and you'll even see it with, I did a reel with my coffee cup, and I thought it was really funny, but there's no text on top. And that has significantly less views than ones that we put text on top of
Yeah.
for the cover image. So
Hmm.
you just play with it and you see when people respond. I post in the afternoon, Mina posts in the morning, and we'll
Uh-huh.
see how things shake out, right?
Yeah, right. And I think the thing with Reels, because Mark Zuckerberg is giving it more favor, it's that even if you're doing Reels and you feel like you have low engagement on them, your account as a whole is still being favored because of
Mhm.
you adding a little drop of oil to the machine, right? You're
Mhm.
oiling the algorithm, machine, basically. And so even though things have low engagement, because it's reels, you have to follow the breadcrumbs, right? So you're kind of, for me, it's like I'm lifting up the entire account together, which is why even for, you'll see me do like ones for, I did a whole bunch for Lunar New Year because that was a feature that was time sensitive, right? Those stickers. And plus I love Lunar New Year. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make sure to use the features that they want me to use. So I want you guys to all think about that, play around with it, use that knowledge to, okay, I'm going to test this. There is no exact science, and I know people feel really frustrated when it comes to reels, but there will be ones that you're like, oh, I get it. Double tap makes more traction. Oh, I get it. They want a cover that like I'm doing something funny, or they want a caption on the front, or whatever it is. You start to figure out what your audience likes,
Mhm.
and and honestly, even if it doesn't lead to followers, you're still learning a lot and you're still gaining a little bit by playing around with it.
Yeah, actually, Ariel was in the clubhouse yesterday, and she came up on stage and asked a question, and she was saying, she's like, I do reels, but I'm not feeling like these reels are bringing more people in. She didn't feel like it was getting traction. But one of the other moderators pointed out to her that she has just just over 1,000 followers, but some of her reels had 2,000 plus views. So she was like, that has double the amount of views as the followers that you have. And that not all of the 1,000 followers watched it twice. It's actually some people watched it multiple times, and there might be new eyes that came and that have started to discover you. So I know it feels like so slow, right? It's like you're plucking one person out at a time. That's how I feel on Clubhouse. Like we're literally like, oh, here's a new person. Oh, here's, but again, it's like Mina always says, it's oiling the machine. For example, IG Rooms. This is a new feature they've rolled out because they're competing with Clubhouse. So some of you are like, what's Clubhouse? Google it, but it's a new audio. It's pretty much invite only still. I think it's kind of moving out of beta because when Mina and I joined, there were less than 1 million people on there. And now I think it's like 10 plus million people on Clubhouse. And it's an audio only app where you host a room and like you can talk about things and whatever. So we're in there. Some of you are starting to join and follow us. And if you're in there, follow us. And Instagram and Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg, he always likes to compete with other brand things and pull them into these apps. So rooms probably will start to get favored. The cool thing for you and I is that we're two people and we take up a space, right? So now, we're really excited because we can bring other people on, so we can coach. Like we could do hot seats live. We could bring, friends on that are other podcasters.
It is exciting. I'm super excited about this. There is one thing about Mark Zuckerberg that's for darn sure. Hopefully he's not listening right now.
That he likes being called Marky Mark?
No. He loves taking an idea and making it his. Case in point, stories were from Snapchat, right? The stories, Instagram stories, that was Snapchat first and foremost. What did they do? They took that feature, put it onto Instagram. Reels are TikToks. Guess what? Now they're Instagram Reels, but they were actually TikToks. Clubhouse was an audio platform, is an audio platform that's getting so much traction on it. Oh, now you get to have rooms because I'm combining Clubhouse and Zoom probably is what he's thinking, right? Because Zoom is probably really big as well. So that's one thing for sure is that you need to go where he tells you to go. Another big giant in this all that's happening is Amazon, for example, right? I happen to be the first Amazon Prime for low labels, and it did everything for my business. There's also a lot of people that were on Instagram when it first started, before Mark Zuckerberg owned it. It lit their business up, right? So you have to really think about those things, right? You get it. The early adopters, entrepreneurs have that in their blood. They're early adopters because they're willing to experiment and they're willing to try out new things, right? And so you just really have to kind of get on board with it and play with it and know that it's like, oh, right now is when it's in the favor for you, is when things are in beta before they
be ever in your favor.
Exactly.
But and what Mina is saying too is that Instagram is still the number one platform, right? For a lot of you, it's still the number one platform, right? It's starting to shift and change. Like the conversation we had yesterday on Clubhouse there was a photographer who's doing reels and she's so about her aesthetics. So about her aesthetics that she was afraid that these reels with like her being cute and the caption on top,
because she's a photographer. Yeah.
We're detracting from her beautiful feed. She'd rather do like a perfectly posed photo on top of the reel as like the cover image. And we basically said to her, like, we looked at her engagement and they're still beautifully filtered, but her like picture like that did better on reels than her perfectly curated one. Right. So we were like, it's no longer about the feed. We used to go to the feed and watch, and people will still come to the feed and be like, oh, who is this? And they'll kind of take an overall glance at your boxes. And if they like it, they'll keep scrolling, right? Like a website, you have 3 seconds to hold someone. But how do you bring them in? You bring them in with the content, that individual piece of content that ends up in their feed as they're scrolling. or ends up in their stories or ends up in their Discover feed, right? That little piece that's like, oh, I like you. It's like that first, like you see someone at a bar and you're like, you're cute. You're cute. Hey, can I buy you a drink? That's the first piece. Then the like, let's keep talking over this drink. Can I buy you a second drink? Is when they come over to your feed, but they don't need it to be perfect. They just need it to be engaging. It needs to be content that they want to keep discovering, which is why Mina and I are flipping between reels that are funny and reels that are educational. We're flipping between posts that are inspiring and posts that are educational and posts that tell you what's happening, right? In the podcast. And so as you're scrolling, you're going to find something you like as you go down.
Yeah, for sure. I want to give a shout out to Diana because she was saying how on Clubhouse, she went there on the first time. And this is not a thing for Clubhouse. I just want to show how an early adopter, what happens, right?
Greg, I've got you. Just Vox for me, Greg, because he's in our masterminds and I'll give you one. So, okay. Just keep going.
Yeah. So Diana said it was her first time that she's ever spoken on Clubhouse. They had invited makers on the stage with Abound. And she said, why not? So unlike me. Right. So I love that phrasing. Why not? So unlike me? Because like we've mentioned a million times. And by the way, she's, what's your handle? Blue Poppy Studio? On Instagram. I want to shoot people over there. Anyways, if Diana, you could let us know that. And anyways, when you're thinking about comfort zone, nothing grows there, even though it feels good to be there, right? So if it's something like this is so unlike me, but the algorithm right now is betaing out all these things and magic could happen, just do it and try it out for yourself. And why not, right? Why not? Yeah, Blue Poppy Gallery. I was like, I knew it was something like that. So if you want to follow Diana, she's Blue Poppy Gallery.
All right. So, and then my masterminders that are asking me for invites, I have just a few, but we'll Vox about it. And then I can help you guys figure out how to get on Clubhouse. Actually, I can tell you all right now, we did this yesterday. We have one of our masterminders is in England. If you're friends with somebody on Clubhouse or you know somebody, if they get your phone number and put your number into their contacts, okay, so you start there, right? So let's say, hey, Mina, give me your phone number. I'm going to put you in my contacts. I don't know you, but I'm going to put you in my contacts. Then you, Mina, go over to Clubhouse and you register for your name. You can get on the wait list. If you download the app, it's only for iPhones. You can get on the wait list and you can reserve your name, which I recommend you guys do. And then, but get on as your personal name, not as your business, okay? Because it's very much about people. It's not about businesses, but it's people who own businesses. So Mina gets on the wait list. Then all of a sudden, because she's in my contacts within my app, it'll say, hey, Mina's on the wait list. Would you like to let her in? And you don't have to use one of your invites. So that's a backdoor way of getting people into it, because when you join, you get one invite. And then the more you host rooms, they give you more invites, right? Like they reward participation as hosts or moderators. So that's another way to do it. So if any of you know people on there.
Too. Sarah, if you want to make note, there's Be Happy. I think she wants one. Our masterminders, I can send them invites. I think I have maybe 3 or something.
Yeah, we'll distribute amongst our masterminders. Should we talk about masterminds?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So yes. Okay.
And we're only going to do the invites right now for our masterminders because we only have a limited amount. And so they're sort of VIPs and we have Voxers with them and we're in each other's ears all day. So, but anyone who's not in our mastermind, we don't have enough even for all of our masterminders, but anyone who's not in our mastermind, you all can chat amongst each other about like if anyone even in
I think in Multi-Stream Machine, they have a whole thread going on because once you invite somebody, you get invites yourself. And so it's a whole spider web. I don't know why they're doing it that way, but that's how a lot of beta stuff happens. So you could get on that thread too if you're a Multi-Stream Machine student and ask for an invite from somebody.
And it is, when you first discover it, it is definitely a time suck. Not time suck. It takes kind of. You may get addicted in a way like where you're going to be on it and be like, ooh, there's so much content because it's live. And it's kind of like if Bosses and Breakfast was only live and it went away, there was no way to listen to it again.
Uh-huh.
That's how it goes. And you kind of, as you follow people, you get to hear rooms they're in. So for example, Mina and I hosted a room on Instagram yesterday. So those who follow us get kind of like extra content and you can actually come on stage and ask us questions. Right. So, and it's all audio. So there's a cool thing about it. I have switched back to podcast listening after probably going deep into Clubhouse for a couple of months because there's just other things that I need to get done and the engagement that it's just the way, I think you cycle in and out of it.
Podcasts definitely are like workshop. You learn, it feels really good. Whereas for me anyways, because I like that, it's broken down. There's a reason I'm there. I always have a takeaway from any podcast I listen to. Whereas when you're in a Clubhouse, it's a mixed bag, you do learn a lot. You meet a lot of people. That's what I love about that. You meet a lot of people. But as far as learning, I don't know. Sometimes you learn a lot. Sometimes you don't.
You learn who you don't want to listen to.
So it's been really fun though, because I like seeing the rooms people build. I like the people what they have in their bios and just seeing with that and seeing how people are like, oh, I put this in my bio. And you're like, that's so smart. We even saw people who put like circles around their faces. So their profile pic would pop more. Which I thought was brilliant. So it's just fun getting to see like people's creative juices going on how they're going to first adopt an platform and then make it their own and stand out on it.
Yeah. Yes. Like my background is orange, and that's something that we saw like popped because when you're one of the faces. So when you guys get on, you'll see it. If you don't know what Clubhouse is, Google it. It's something to look at. I don't think we're going to do the Instagram today where we share the screen. That's probably we won't like get distracted there today, but we'll figure that out on another time. Okay. I also want to say Pam from Hustle Like a Mom is watching on Instagram, and we're really excited because we're part of an amazing, incredible lineup of speakers this weekend. It's for International Women's Day. Hustle Like a Mom. And it's Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern. So if you go to the link in our bio on Instagram, you guys can register. It's going to be awesome.
And free.
It's free. I'm excited. Rebecca Minkoff is speaking, and I, as a fashion designer, I am. She's one of my not idols.
Amazing. Yeah.
So we're really honored to be a part of that, and excited because the speakers are going to be amazing, and it's for International Women's Day. So. Yeah. Join us there. Okay. Natural Bella is already signed up.
Yay, awesome. We'll see you there, Brooke.
Okay, great. Okay. So just as a little tip, drop, whatever, next week. So in a couple weeks, we are opening doors for applications to apply for the Product Boss Mastermind. Now we're going to tell you all more details next week about the masterminds, but we wanted to talk today just a little bit about what a mastermind is and kind of just discuss like masterminds versus programs versus courses and kind of just talk through it because we get a lot of questions on if a mastermind is right for you. We're really excited. So next week, all of you that are in Multi-Stream Machine, you're going to get an early invite for applications. You all get our first priority. And past masterminders, we would love for them to come back as well.
But I think there's going to be a little bit confusion because this is a different mastermind than we're doing previously. So as we say, we're inviting all the people that have mastermind with us and all these things. This is our thing that if you listen to our Instagram stories, Jacqueline and I have sat down and we've birthed this mastermind baby and got the creative process going. And we're like, this is what we really want to see out of it. This is, how we feel it could really benefit them. With all the mastermind groups that we've done, this is basically the evolution of that. And so we're super excited.
So we're really excited to bring this to you all. But what we want to do first is just kind of talk about, we'll tell you about the new program. It's awesome. It's going to be a game changer for those of you who end up joining with us.
Yeah.
It is meant to transform you as a business owner and to transform your business while working together. And also the community, the connections, the collaborations that you make. If some of you that are in Multi Machine are loving that, imagine a smaller group of like-minded people, right? Of movers and shakers. And you've heard a lot of their stories on the podcast. So you can just see the level of generosity that they have with their giving, right? What the people who are in a mastermind, they're go-givers. So they're go-getters and go-givers. They're freely sharing their information because, a rising tide lifts all boats. And that's the goal within our mastermind. So there is a mastermind waitlist. As you're listening to this, if you want to sign up, it's theproductboss.com/mastermind if you wanted to get on that. So, okay. So a mastermind, right? So we have run since our conceiving our business, we've run masterminds.
Yes.
Right? Before we even had a podcast, we've run masterminds. We are very, very good at them. We know what you need as a product-based business owner. And there are really no other programs like this new mastermind that we're bringing out anywhere in the world. And Mina and I are experts at coaching and developing business owners in product-based businesses, but also giving you all creative strategies, right? We're all about you growing these businesses from home or, starting small and growing them into whatever you want them to look like that will align with your life and lifestyle, right? We're not going to tell you, you get to choose what you want. And this mastermind is to cultivate and help you realize what that is and then turn it into what you've always dreamed of making.
Right. So essentially a mastermind, let's just talk about outside of myself and Jacqueline.
Yeah.
A mastermind in the grand scheme of things is the meeting of minds, right? Minds coming together. And so it just takes more than one person. You could essentially say that Jacqueline and I are a mastermind among ourselves, right? Because there's two of us. We're always bouncing ideas to each other. We're getting feedback and we're seeing the holes and everything like that in itself. But masterminds can be all the way up to, however many people, and then broken down into small groups.
So Napoleon Hill, he wrote the book, Think and Grow Rich. And he wrote this about almost 100 years ago. Because the idea of a mastermind has been around for about 1,000 years. Okay. So we can talk about the history of it. But first, Napoleon Hill, this is what he wrote in his book, Think and Grow Rich. Okay. So he calls it the Mastermind Principle. And he says it's the coordination of knowledge and effort between two or more people who work towards a definite purpose in a spirit of harmony. No two minds ever come together without thereby creating a third, invisible and tangible force, which may be likened to a third mind, which is also known as the mastermind. So when we talk about Mina and I meeting and merging our minds and this is literally how our relationship started. We found each other. We bonded because Mina had like 1 million coffee dates prior to ever meeting me. And I was very lucky that she liked me. And so we started talking business, right? I had my Cuffs line, I had Cuffs Couture. I was trying to move out of Cuffs Couture. It had passed in terms of my product, the timing of it. And I had 2 kids at that point. And I was like, I'm done. So I called her and I said, hey, Mina, I met her in a Facebook group and I was like, would you mind talking to me about growing on Amazon? Because I'd like to liquidate my product. And she's like, well, you don't liquidate your product on Amazon. You grow a business, a brand on Amazon. And so we started talking. And do you know what came out of that? I knew what to do with my cuffs. I ended up knowing how to shift my business for Designer Consulting Co-op because I was literally traveling back and forth across the country. I mean, it sounds like it's me. We met, we created the Product Boss, came out of the two of us talking. And yesterday we were building something out for this new mastermind. I was like, I cannot believe 4 years later, you and I have created this business from meeting
a baby yesterday.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And it definitely takes both, right? Because during that time, it was also when our youngest were about, they were probably around 2 years old, just got to 2. And it was a really difficult time in my life. I feel like I was definitely just starting to see the tail end of, having, that daughter, which was almost 2, she had heart surgery, but I was stuck in that cycle of feeling like, what do I do now? I feel really scared. I'm working on my business, but I have to deal with all this stuff. And it was, for me, it was like trapped in my own bubble, right?
Mhm.
And so when I met Jacqueline, which I had done coffee chats and that sort of thing, I was just starting to inch out of that bubble. And so when I met her, I was like, oh my gosh, she totally gets what I'm talking about. And there was such a shorthand instantly with us, right? So that was really beneficial. She really helped me to kind of get more out of my bubble in a way that made me feel like not as guilty, because it really normalized, having kids, feeling guilty about being a good mom, feeling guilty about wanting to be a successful business owner, all these different things, being a high achiever in normal life, like all these things, these rules that you want for yourself. And then we just really bonded, and it became a shorthand. And
Mhm.
then I went to go visit her. And so it was a relationship in a lot of ways, just like
Mhm.
any mastermind should be, right? Because a mastermind essentially is when you're going through life, when you have people that you can mastermind with, it's somebody who helps you make decisions, and you
Mhm.
never feel alone in your decisions. Now, is it somebody who makes the decisions for you? It is not. It is someone who is a sounding board, a feedback person, or
Mhm.
someone who just lives a different life than you because they've had different experiences.
Mhm.
No, people are the same, for example. And so the reason why we see our masterminders do really well too, and as they start getting, first of all, they have to bond with each other. Secondly, they all have different experiences. So imagine like you thinking about something, and the way you go faster and accelerate faster and gain more traction is because you have other people, and those other people are the ones that help you cover more ground. They help you
Yeah.
cover more ground, and that's why you're able to move faster, you know.
Yeah. And so, and exactly, Mina said, like, you're never alone in making a decision. Cause I'm sure, and
Mhm.
hands up if all of you are at home thinking, I don't know what to do. Okay. I'm just kind of feel like
Mhm.
I'm guessing on what to do,
Yeah.
and I hope it's right. And you cross your fingers. You'll still make the decisions as the business owner, but you have people who are fellow product based business owners. That is the key differentiator. At least, actually, let me go step it back even further. You can be in
Mhm.
any mastermind. You can actually do a free mastermind. Like, you guys can get together and say, hey, y'all want a mastermind
Mhm.
together? You can
Yeah.
do that. You can meet someone and bounce ideas back and forth with each other. And then that, again, remember Napoleon Hill, it creates that third, like, intangible mind. You can also pay for a mastermind, which is something that we provide, right? With like, and then we also add coaching. But because Heidi says some days you feel like you're the only person on the planet. Yeah. And you're not.
Yeah.
And you know what the benefit of being in a mastermind with fellow product based business owners are? You all of a sudden realize you are not alone. And when we tell you you're
Yeah.
not alone, but you're not alone even in your thoughts, your mindset, your decisions, your choices, you'll realize other people that you look at and say, oh, that person looks like they have it all together, is having the same questions or
Mhm.
had the questions, work through it, and then can give you feedback on ways that they chose to do it, like chose
Yeah.
to do it. So,
Things that
Greg,
they've tried.
yeah, Greg, who's in our mastermind, says the mastermind helps me make sound decisions. And
Mhm.
Brooke over here says everyone is there to help each other. We're all on the same page. Yeah. So I say this because you all, if you are, when we do our mastermind, it's going to be application only, and we're going to be very selective of who comes in because the mastermind is very specific. The group has to be, we only want to take people that we know at the stage that you're in, we can catapult you forward. Okay. Some of you
Mhm.
just may not be ready for the mastermind format yet, and that's okay. You'll get there. But
Uh-huh.
within I lost my train of thought. If you did a free mastermind versus a paid mastermind, this is the only thing I'll tell you. Sometimes it really takes commitment if people don't have skin in the game to show up. Mina and I did a free mastermind with our peers. We were like, let's, there's 4 of us.
We made
Actually,
it to maybe 1.5 meetings.
there were 6 of us. 2 people never showed up. And then 4 of us remained. And we had 1 call ever over the past year. Obviously, there was a
Yeah.
pandemic. We have each other on Voxer and we do bounce ideas off of each other. But when you are, when you have skin in the game, when you're paying for it, you're like, I'm going to show up. I have to show up. And that's just a proven result, right? But if you're
Yeah.
not ready for the mastermind, then I would tell you that find one person you can bounce ideas off of. Or some of you in Multi-Stream Machine have created little, pods, or groups that you've reached to. So
Brooke said that at Be Happy Design said multi-stream machines set her up to be prepared for the mastermind. Thank you for saying that, Brooke. There's tons of amazing pods that people created on their own in multi-stream machine, which is our signature course. So starting with a pod so you get that support can be phenomenal, right? You get that support that you need, and you have the core content from multi-stream machine. So everybody's going in the same direction, right? For a mastermind, I want you all to think about a mastermind. When people pay for a mastermind, it shows their level of commitment, right? And so you want to have people who have committed. That's why in multi-stream machine, people have committed to buying that. They're all learning from the same page, right? And they're all going the same direction, and they're going at the same pace. Because in normal life, when you aren't paying for something, you're at a different pace than everybody else. Some people are at snail's pace because it's a slow season for them. Some people are at 2 times pace. Jacqueline and I are always at 1.5 pace, it seems like, because sometimes we'll be working with people and I'm like, not people that are clients, people that are consultants we bring in, and they have a really slow turnaround. And I'm like, I'm starting to feel anxious. I wish they could just get it to us sooner because I'm on a different pace than them, right? So really thinking about the commitment, but it's also about we want to have the right people because we want to know it's the investment. The return on investment is there. So any decision that you make in your business has to have an ROI. So when you're paying for a mastermind, does it have a return on investment in that you're able to, not in dollars, but you're able to long-term be able to make your business more successful? Right. So a couple of the reasons why a mastermind works is that long-term, you can really bond with people that have great connections. You also have feedback from people with different experiences. You also don't feel alone. You don't feel the burden of decision-making, so you don't quit. Right. You also get people you celebrate with because that in itself is it's lighting you up. It's finding the joy. And you also have people that are in hard days again, so you don't quit. So it's all of those things that long-term will benefit your business, but there has to be a return on ROI that I think with any decision that you make for your business, you have to be at the right place for it.
Right. So a mastermind is the part of what we're going to be launching, the mastermind part is very much about product bosses meeting product bosses, bosses having product bosses to rely on. I have been in masterminds before where I was a masterminder and there was somebody else in the mastermind that's a product-based business. And I would listen to all the people. They were digital course creators. They were all the things, give her advice. And I was like, oh my God, what do I do? I'm texting Mina underneath. I'm like, I'm not her coach, but I'm texting her while we're on the Zoom. And I'm like, this advice they're giving her is bonkers. And then I'd like side message her and be like, hey, can I throw my hat in? Turns out she ended up joining the top with us, the top mastermind. And we worked with her for 1.5 years and like completely transformed her business and supported her during the pandemic. So I think it is also very, very important when you are all choosing a program for yourself or a mastermind to be aware of, does the facilitator, the expert, the coach, the mentor have an understanding of the industry that you're in? Otherwise, they're going to try and figure out how to shift what they think they know to coach you or to give you feedback. But you're going to feel like, I don't know if that's right. You're going to feel it in your gut. Like, should I? And then you feel like you're
there's a disconnect.
Yeah. And so we would rather you be around people that are like, one of the Voxer's channels right now with some of the masterminders is, they'll talk about shipping prices. Somebody just got a brick and mortar and they're all rooting her on and she's sharing the things. They're all expanding into their own workspaces, right? Like Greg, Annika, who else is doing it? Dawn. In that group, they're all hitting. They started working with us just a few months ago. They went from being a 5-figure business. They're all on a 6-figure business track now. They've all had those kinds of months, month over month, and they're investing into space outside of their place. Oh, also Mindy from Made for Mama shop, they're all starting to get spots, right? And they're talking to each other about it. They're talking about the square footage. They're talking about the leases. They have each other and they understand why they need a space and what needs to happen in that space. So another thing I just want to share with you all, which is really cool. Okay, so Andrew Carnegie, all of us know he's one of the richest businessmen in America. He actually attributed his entire fortune to his mastermind group. Does anyone know who was in Andrew Carnegie's mastermind group? Okay, and this was peers. They were men of their time, right? They were making all the money back in the day. And Andrew Carnegie was in a mastermind with JP Morgan, Rockefeller, and Vanderbilt. All these names that we know. So the other part of being in a mastermind, especially a curated mastermind, especially a mastermind that is kind of brought together, you will meet future leaders in the industry or people whose names are known, right? Like that's another reason why you're in a mastermind. Amy Porterfield, Jasmine Starr, James Wedmore, Stacey Trishle, they were all in a mastermind together.
Lewis
House. Know their names. Lewis House, right? So those names in themselves, if we're just talking from the digital marketing, they all came out of a James Wedmore mastermind. So so you can see, like, as you start to see people rise up, a lot of times it's attributed to when they're in the mastermind together, because you'll also see collaborations amongst them, right? So they lift each other up.
I mean, look at our top mastermind, right? Larissa Loden, Yearly Company, Anne of Yearly Company, Susan Gordon Pottery, right? Those are such big names for makers that are in their industry that are doing really well, for example, right? They're in a mastermind under us, right? They've been in a mastermind together. So even like when you meet people in a mastermind, it carries you through because you've bonded with them. They're the only people that have gotten to see behind your business. But they've also, and this is a big thing, you all, they've also helped you make decisions. So as you can see, when we went through 2020, the people that really were there for you, the ones that helped you make decisions, the ones that you bonded with, the ones that just kind of showed up with you were the ones that you bonded with because it felt like a huge time when you were in like a huge change in your life. That's what being in a mastermind feels like, is like, oh, I'm in this, making decisions, doing a bunch of changes, but you bond because of it, because you're making decisions during that time and you remember those people. And that's the beauty of a mastermind.
And so in Enviro Marketplaces, are we looking for retailers? Yes. Makers, manufacturers, retailers. Another really big, 7-figure business that we work with is the Woolly Thistle. She makes nothing herself. She sells yarn, imported yarn. She has a podcast. She has a beautiful newsletter. She's a very successful retailer, right? We had a marketplace, another store like in Sedona that was part of it. There's different people. There's
Trisha Robinson, which is an artist.
She's an artist that mass produces her art. So we have, if you sell a physical product, I know that multi-shoe machine is not necessarily aligned, let's call it, for everybody. But if you sell a physical product and you make decisions as the business owner and you want to grow your business, our masterminds are right for you, right? So I would ask all of you, if you want to get on that wait list, you go to theproductboss.com/mastermind or mastermind, and you can get on our wait list and you'll be first to kind of get that application, because it's really going to be on a first come, first accepted
review.
So, reviewed.
It won't be first come, first serve. First, it literally, the application is filled out. Does not mean that it's the right fit.
No. If it's not the right fit, but like, let's say you are the right fit and you come in and you take one of those spots.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Right. So it's like, if you get it in for, right. Cause like if you're at the end and we don't have the spot, then it's like, we don't have the spot. Right. So we invite a lot of you to apply. It's theproductboss.com/mastermind. We are going to have a workshop that we're going to be sending out an email about. So make sure to be on our email list, or Multi-Shoe Machine. You'll hear about it too. And we're going to teach you something really cool, and then also tell you more about the mastermind and that over the next 2 weeks. So the Mastermind Principle is incredible. It's about the community. Our mastermind program, it's going to be a hybrid of mastermind and group coaching. So you're also going to get coaching from Mina and I, but I want you to all think about, when you think about joining a mastermind, I want you to just remember what it would, or think about what would it feel like if I had my people, if I felt like I never had to make a decision alone again. And the mastermind will develop you as the business owner as your business continues to rise. And if it's not right for you right now, that's okay. You can still use this mastermind principle. You can still find a couple people and work off of it with each other. So we're really excited to bring this new program to you. So make sure to get on that wait list if you want to be first to know.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Make sure to leave a podcast review, use hashtag podcast review, drop in that positive podcast review into the Facebook group, and we will pick one a week to win a special prize. And then we will, what else? FabFitFun. This is brought to you by FabFitFun. So if you go to fabfitfun.com, use code PRODUCTBOSS to get $10 off your first box. And then tag us when you get your box, because we want to see what you got so we can see if it's the same as what we picked.
Yes.
All right, friends. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great Wednesday.